Alright, we finished our big expedition with the excavation site, and we checked in with somebody that our friends got a bit of a relationship with, and now it's time to just check in with both the military and the Technomancers and what we found and what went on there. It's interesting. That lady we met just recently, I didn't quite pick up on this until I was rewatching the footage, really, but she seemed to talk to us like we never met each other before. It's like, whoa, you're a Technomancer, right? One bad short and everything's gonna go bad, and this machine's my baby, and all that other generic stuff that you'd expect her to say. But then he's talking about, like, she goes on about how the scientists treated both of us like children. And then from then on, the conversation, I got this weird tone like we knew each other and had a history with each other from the rest of the conversation, but the intro seemed to imply that we don't know each other. So I'm actually slightly foggy on that right now.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
You say that every time. That's not the best dialogue prompt. It always feels weird, like oddly accusatory.
Captain, all Aurora tunnels were destroyed. If they're gonna get back into the city, they'll have to come up with another way.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, Lieutenant. Find Ryan and get your pay. It was well earned. Colonel Ian Mancer came by looking for you. Hope this isn't going to be a habit, Lieutenant. His problems aren't yours anymore. You're part of my unit now. We clear?
Of course. I'll go see him on my own time, not yours, Captain.
Speaking of which, it is now my time. You better not go see him while you're supposed to be on the clock. Even though we don't have any sort of clock or schedules, you kind of just seem to walk around all the time. In fact, it goes day to night without you even sleeping. We don't even have work days around here. Isn't that freaky? But no, you're stepping on my toes here. How could you? This poor guy has to just stand in front of this building all day. I wonder if there's attention to detail and, like, does this become a different Technomancer every day or every 8 hours or so? I haven't been paying attention to what he looks like, honestly. That'd be a good attention to detail to have him change every shift or so, because otherwise it's just one guy whose job it is just to stand here 24/7 forever, which is impossible. And worrying. I would question an organization that does that to people. So I think we've more or less been completionist here. I've completed every single quest that I've found except for the one that's saying to beat up beggars, because I don't really feel like beating beggars right now. Everything else is all set up, so basically, yeah, just gonna go talk to the Great Master, and maybe we'll start another act of the game story or something?
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I've returned, Great Master, with the relic from the Aurora evacuation. It's a tablet filled with text, and I don't have a clue how to decipher it.
A glorious day. You have no idea what this means, Zachariah. The language is indeed difficult, and most no longer have the knowledge or ability to understand it. Most, but not me. I will begin deciphering immediately. We will know soon enough the vast wealth of secrets it holds. Sean was certainly right in his appraisal of you. Your worth has already proven to be infinitely valuable. A word of warning, Zachariah. Words spreading about your missions. Things you've been able to accomplish, filled with troubling details that imply you have a mole in your midst. If there is an ASC spy amongst your ranks, he will not only know our secret, but eventually share it back to his master. We will, in no uncertain terms, be lost. All will be lost, so take care. And take care of it. Sooner rather than later.
Thank you for the warning. I assure you, I will get to the root of this. Are you so sure that it's a spy?
Indeed. The details of your mission were so specific that they were assuredly gained firsthand. So unless you are spreading the information yourself, who else is left but Captain Eliza and your men? Whoever it is, make sure they see nothing else. Ensure that our secret is kept safe.
Well, there's Captain Eliza, there's our men, and there's also the pilot. The woman who drove us out there. She would know a bit about what was going on. But yeah, I guess we'll have to investigate. Maybe interrogate my 2 party members to find out if one of them's up to no good. I could almost see the really peppy one being someone who's all enthusiastic because he's playing along. And he's always acting suspicious, so I kind of wonder if he's reporting on what I'm doing to somebody. And you could almost think that that one time that we took care of a tail was him like trying to draw attention away from himself. Or it could be the other guy. It could be anyone, basically. Because anyone, a good spy wouldn't be giving up evidence that he's the one being a spy anyway. Any new quests from you?
Lieutenant?
No?
Lieutenant?
Nope, not you. This one.
At your command, Lieutenant.
Can I ask about spy stuff? Just come right out with it? I mean, I guess they were there for the conversation, so they know about the spy situation anyway, so I don't really have to worry about exposing them to it. Because I currently don't have any other party member options besides these guys. Garbage! It shall be mine. That's right. Your old rubbish is no longer safe. So are we just gonna interrogate Eliza immediately? Eliza? She's walking around. Wait. You've never stood up before. You're freaking me out right now. Also, you're apparently not my objective.
Colonel Ian Mancer came by looking for you. Hope this isn't...
No new dialogue. That's just her new thing she constantly whines about is gonna be that instead of saying, you're back early or something like that. Is it just saying to wait till a different time of day? Enter the barracks at dusk. Okay. It's asking me to wait to skip forward in time. Alright. Does twilight count as dusk in this game? Dusk isn't really a word anyone I know uses, to be honest.
Gotta find that spy. Maybe I should ask around.
Oh, there we go. Ah. They've warped back into their separate locations now. So now I can talk to them individually. Or Eliza.
Colonel Ian Mancer came by looking for you. Hope this isn't going to be a...
Of course. Have a moment, Captain?
Depends what you need it for.
Just want to get to know you better, Captain.
I don't usually mix business and pleasure, Lieutenant, but... ask away and we'll see which questions I feel like answering.
You from Ophir?
Born and raised. Father was an officer. Mother was a quartermaster. And I've rarely ventured outside the walls but for a few scattered missions. Sound familiar, Lieutenant?
Very familiar, Captain. Except my parents weren't officers.
Which makes your rise even more noble, Lieutenant.
How was your rise to Captain earned?
Over time. But by no special action by me. Graduated as a corporal, and thanks to the brave men underneath me, their success in missions became mine in rank. No heroic feats to dazzle you with in stories. Just a lot of time and dedication that I'm proud of just the same.
What do you think of us?
Honestly, Lieutenant? I'm not quite sure yet. You Technomancers are new to me. Undoubtedly special, and capable of feats my other units couldn't dream of accomplishing, but... time will tell. That said, I've been quite impressed. I thought it was the definition of insanity to send you and so few of your men on some of those missions. Missions I would have anticipated needing 10 times the manpower for. So far, you've proven me wrong. A rare feat in itself. So even though it's taking some time getting used to, I couldn't be happier you're one of my troops.
Interesting, so the game's even acknowledging the fact that instead of saying 3 people, the reasonable thing would be to send like 30 people on these really dangerous missions. But instead they're like, have fun dying, I guess. Suicide's fun. But then we come back alive anyway.
Can I ask about your relationship with ASC?
Tread carefully, Lieutenant. One might start to wonder the purpose of your questions. But here's my answer. We're all forced to work with them, but it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. Too much power too quickly leads to arrogance. They're brash and too quick to act. And quite frankly, as they've risen in power, it's no coincidence that the dissenters, deviants, and rebels have risen in numbers. They're a great source of intel, however they get it. I sleep better at night not knowing the means. But I've always thought the army was strength enough, that the ASC was overkill. I trust you won't repeat anything I've said, Lieutenant. I'd hate for both of us to find ourselves enemies of the state over a little frank conversation.
My lips are sealed, Captain, and I appreciate your candor and trust, more than you know.
Oh, I can also search her locker. Jesus. This goes for steps. I'm curious, between the two of them... Huh. I wonder if the mechanics are a spoiler or not in this game's case. See, Ward doesn't have a quest for me, and you kind of expect companions to have quests for you, so that you can build up their trust and stuff like that for future story stuff. The fact that Ward doesn't have a quest yet kind of makes me suspicious that he might be a disposable character that leaves the party. Wouldn't that be interesting? Is this her locker?
Everything's clean in here. Looks just like the captain's work. Nothing that implies she's working with the ASC.
Why don't I just check everyone's locker first? Oh well. Let's check around. I just went the wrong way. I missed the side door that was over there. Jeffrey.
At your command, Lieutenant.
Have a second to talk?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. Like, just you and me, or...
Yeah, just you and me. I like to know my men.
Wow, that's... yeah, that'd be a huge honor, Lieutenant.
So what's your life like when you're not on duty?
Tell you the truth, Lieutenant, not much to tell. I try to visit the city, make some friends, you know, because I don't really know too many folks yet. And my whole family's back in Greenhope, which is kind of too far to travel for my leave. And, oh yeah, there's also, you know, I try to still do some hunting. Though there's not much more than small critters in the underworks. Not a great hobby for the city.
You have a good childhood?
Oh yeah, you know it, Lieutenant. Really nice growing up, running around in the fields. Father gave me a crossbow, and I spent my time helping the farmers shoot critters hurting their crops. They were good times, Lieutenant, but everybody's got to grow up and move on. There was a lot of hunters in Greenhope, too. Plus, I always dreamed of being a soldier. Mostly, though, because there was a girl back home who loved men in uniform, so... Off I went to the big city to join up. And, you know, since I was a sharpshooter, they signed me up and sent me here. Still not used to it. All the buildings, all the folks, all the concrete. But I'm happy, though.
That was the full investigation, huh? I interrogated her and asked her about the ASC, and the whole thing with Jeffrey never actually went that far. Huh. This is Jeffrey's locker?
I'm not a lockpicker, but if I want to get through here, I better learn quick.
Alright. Let's check around. By the way, I wanted to exhaust all of her dialogue options, that's why I kept picking them all. I know that I could have done the charisma check immediately.
Feels like a Greenhope souvenir stand. Kid must be missing home. Unless being messy's a crime, though. Doesn't look like he's doing anything wrong.
Oh, is it actually gonna be Ward? Did I guess right? I wonder if that was some genuine, like, accidental transparency going on by not having a quest for that character to show up during this early part.
Lieutenant?
I want to know my men better. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, great. Show and tell. Yay.
What do you do when you're off duty?
Nothing special. See my folks, I guess. They ain't getting any younger, so... And I give most of my paycheck to them, because I'm the only one they got left. Sister died. And I ain't married, so... When I ain't with them, I'm at the bar. Drowning the shitstorm that my life's become. Not exactly a picture-perfect life, but it's mine. And hell, I get paid enough to help them out and buy my own drinks, so... What's there to complain about?
What do you think about Jeffrey Hunter?
He's a village idiot who thinks he can brown nose his way to a promotion. Fucking reject. And no, he ain't my friend, if you haven't pieced that together.
I'm gonna leave you alone. Seems you'd rather be that way anyway.
Alright. They're not pleased with each other. Well, he's not pleased with him, as you kind of would piece together, because he complains every time Jeffrey talks anyway. What else can we get from here, though? Oh, I need a code.
I can't open it without a code.
Oh.
I can't open it without a code.
Well. That's a fun new thing to try to deal with then. So to continue, I need to search his locker, but to search his locker, I need a code. Alright. Witcher sense activate. How am I gonna get a code? Is there like a leftover... There's a gear? Why is there a gear? Oh, it's probably an ashtray. It's just cog-like. Also, I'm leaving these people's lockers open. That's kind of distressing. Kind of makes it obvious I went through them. Trying to think of where I'm gonna get a code. Huh. Fun new problem. I don't think I can even guess a code either. Let's try... Just to double check. Let's check to make sure that doesn't suddenly have the ability to lockpick if I change jackets.
I can't open it without a code.
Nope. And you need the code too. You can't just... You can't like... get a keypad and just start typing things in.
I can't open it without a code.
Jackets aren't gonna save me here. Okay. Fun new problem. Is there a way to smooth talk him into giving me the code? So without the code, I'm screwed. There's no guessing in here. I have to acquire it from somewhere.
Lieutenant?
Looking for passwords out of his childhood story and stuff.
I want to know about your childhood.
You really want to know about my childhood? Sure, yeah, why not? My dad was never around. He was either on the front or doing drills. My mother, though, she was stationed here in Ophir. So we lived in a guard outpost in the slums where she worked. Never expected to make more of myself than become a soldier. I fought a lot as a kid. Had my share of girls. But home life was pretty strict, so I tried to toe the line. Mostly because when I fucked up, I never got off easy.
So when'd you join?
5 years ago. Time fucking flies, don't it? It was in 126. My parents were beaming with pride. Pride that's faded when, after all this time, I'm still just a fucking private.
How old are you?
The fuck does it matter to you? Older than you, though. And the rest you can find in my file. Cool, moving on.
Always a friendly folk. Always. I wonder if I can talk to Jeffrey again, too. Since new dialogue seemed to show up there.
At your command, Lieutenant.
No. No, that's all you get from him. You think that he would pick up on the fact that I'm walking back and forth from here. Wait, I got a code? What was the code? I guess I just typed in some keyword that he said and assumed that was the code.
This must be a pic of his parents. And his damn notes. Bastard's got my whole schedule in here. And the names of every single person we saw together. Must have been Dave keeping tabs on me the whole time. Never would have believed it. I guess if you could spot them, though, they wouldn't be so damn powerful.
Well. I guess correctly about the whole quest situation, huh?
Lieutenant?
I know you're a drinking man, so what do you say we go grab one together?
Looks like it's my lucky day. Sure, why the hell not? Lead the way. So why don't you cut the bull and tell me why we're really here?
Sure.
You've been spying on me, Dave. Been reporting everything back to Victor. I don't like rats. That's not all right with me.
And what? You think I ever had a choice in the matter? Think I had the option to say no?
I don't care. All I know is they got all the intel they wanted on me from one of my own soldiers, and I don't know why. What's your angle, Dave? You bitter you got a Mancer as your lieutenant? I thought we were past all that. What'd they promise you? Promotion? Better pay?
Nothing but a promise they wouldn't hurt my parents. Is that a good enough reason? I don't like the ASC. Don't like what they're doing to Abundance. Don't like what they're doing to me. I don't like the deal they offered, and I don't like I didn't have a choice but to accept it. I ain't got no one but my folks since my sister died. Not that I expect you to shed a tear for me, but if I gotta choose between them and you, sorry, brother. You're on the losing end of that. If it helps, though, I don't think you're the full prick you were before we had this little chat. In fact, I might even have liked you in another time and place. But you're in deep shit now. And it's shit I don't want to get pulled into with you.
I don't want your blood on my hands, David, but I can't let you keep doing what you're doing. So I'm just gonna tell you to get the hell out of Ophir and don't look back.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Bye, Lieutenant.
Shit, do I get his equipment? Now I'm friendly with David. That was the secret to getting into his heart. Was to shove him against a wall and almost shoot him, but then decide to let him go. Well, the good news is I found the spy. The bad news is I just probably lost my tankiest party member. And these spies are still here. What the fuck? So I lost him, and I put equipment on him to upgrade him. So I guess that's probably gone now. Just like that, like Dragon Age Origins, where characters could leave your party based on a variety of story decisions, and really valuable equipment could be lost in the process. And we're back in Technomancer HQ. They're probably going to find out that David's still alive, and they're probably going to be mad about that, because they have a tendency to be, well, they maintain their cult-like status by whenever somebody tries to look into what they're doing at all, they get them whisked away and forgotten, either killed or rehabilitated or tortured or imprisoned or something like that. So I don't know. You get why they're doing it. They explain why they're doing it, but it's kind of hard to support the extent they go to. We'll see.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I found the mole. David Ward was running lines for the ASC.
In these times, spies are everywhere. They used to be like rats, but now bear more resemblance to cockroaches. Should you see one, you can be certain 100 more reside in the walls, each placed there while their arms were twisted by the ASC. So what happened with this Ward?
I couldn't find it in myself to kill him, so I released him and let him run, like a rat. I would assume he's still running, and we'll never see him in Ophir again.
The full blame cannot be cast on him. There are few who the ASC cannot bend to their will. We'll cross our fingers. Hopefully this soldier is gone for good and does not find himself arrested before he should escape.
Hey, we got a jacket. Be careful from now on. If you're making progress in the main quest, some secondary elements will become unavailable. Well, as of right now, I have no secondary elements besides the beggar situation. So I'm good there. Got a new Technomancer jacket. Look at that. Now it's up to 15% fluid regeneration. That's my new look. Let's see, Technomancer jacket. Just do the mouse at this point. Technomancer pants, Technomancer boots. No goggles yet. Hopefully soon. It's weird, when you're supposed to use the joystick to move around on that inventory screen, sometimes you might even hear me like rattling the joystick in various directions. And there's just like nothing happening. I'm like, are you gonna highlight something else? No? Alright. So I think I might just start giving up and using the mouse more often. Otherwise though, I'm definitely comfortable playing this game with a controller, even on a PC. That menu screen is just feels slightly unoptimized for a radial control. Alright, Eliza. Got no other leads to follow right now. I've scoured the map pretty consistently, I think. Did she move again? Where you done gone, girl? There she is. I've never seen her move around, I don't think, until now, but now she's suddenly going all over the place.
Lieutenant, I was told Dave Ward has gone AWOL. Any idea where he is?
Sorry, Cap, I haven't got the slightest clue.
I see. This is bad. I have no choice but to declare him a deserter. I'm afraid there'll be gossip that you can't earn the respect of your men, and the Army's reputation will take another hit. I warned you to keep your head down, Lieutenant. Don't know what you did, but Colonel Victor was having you tailed during your missions, and now he's got a shitload to say about it, and none of it's good. I tried defending you, but the things he's saying... You defuse the rebellion, but in a way that makes you seem pretty pro-mutant. Now, I told you myself, I'd give you a chance to explain, but you better talk quick. In the ASC, there's zero tolerance for mutant sympathy. And if you don't have a different version to tell, Victor's hinting at collateral damage.
Wow. Wow. They're just straight up horrible, racist, fascist regime. How do I leave this town? I don't want to be here anymore. How is it unreasonable to be like, hey, if they die less, we get more work done, and then our ceiling gets repaired? Wouldn't that be great?
I don't know what's going on. Someone's trying to bring me down, and they're lying to Victor to do it. Only thing I used to calm the rebellion was a little reason and logic, which the rebels heard. Anything accusing me of anything else is a lie.
All right, fair enough. But you'll have to make your case to him as well. Victor also states you voluntarily jeopardized the lives of the officials you were charged with protecting. Want to explain that?
How do I explain something that's not... If I put those officials' lives in more danger, I'd have been risking my men's lives and mine as well. Why would I do that?
And the claims that you've been hiding vital intel for the sole benefit of your fellow Technomancers. Like an important research site on the shadow path of Aurora that didn't even register a line item in your reports?
Captain, the only thing I've ever done is accomplish the missions you gave me. Nothing more, nothing less. Never concealed anything, or had any other interest but abundances at the forefront. This is unfair.
Thought I knew you, Lieutenant. Not so sure anymore. Don't like these stories one bit. And the list of accusations and the details is long. Like your report on the deserters. Less truth than lies. Almost more lies than ink. Never would have expected it from you, Lieutenant.
Captain, I never lied to you. My only mistake was not taking your warning to heart. That we were being watched. Should have collected evidence of every action I took so I would be above any suspicion. You warned me. You did.
And I believe you, Lieutenant. But we're in the situation we're in now. Unfortunately, he's already called you in and I can't stop it. All I can tell you is watch your mouth. Behave like the soldier you've been since you joined my company and you'll come out just fine. I'll plead in your favor if it comes down to that. Let's just hope it doesn't. Get going. Colonel's waiting. Good luck.
Well, geez, that's what I get for trying on a new jacket, huh? Seriously, stats being tied to jackets is silly. Did I walk into this conversation with the right jacket? Well, I'm fucked. Probably would have been able to convince her otherwise, because it was at 75%, so it's a pretty good chance I would have succeeded with the right jacket on. But that's fine, I'll take it. She's on my side for the most part, it seems. But, they're suspicious of me.
There he is!
Zachariah, I was scared we were too late.
For what? What's going on?
There's no time to talk about it. You're in danger. Victor called you in, didn't he?
Yeah, wants to talk to me about...
No, he doesn't. It's a trap. It's just an excuse to get you there so they can arrest you. They will do whatever necessary to make you talk. I don't know what you Technomancers are hiding, but he's ready to do anything to find out.
He's got power, but he wouldn't...
Zach, listen to the girl. You stay away from that man. The crook, the pig!
Thanks, Scott. You need to listen to us, Zachariah. I know it's hard to hear, but if you stay here, you're gonna die.
Where would I even...
We take a rover and go. The town's filled with ASC looking for you now, but I know a road that'll help us avoid most of the troops.
Let's go, Zach. We need to go with the girl. No time to waste before that madman gets his hands on you. Now!
Oh, Abundance is now hostile. Oh, so much for doing nothing but constantly try to help these guys. Alright, we're fleeing, so I think it's safe to go back to Technomancer jacket at this point. And let's check to see if I have better... Oops. So these are my party members now, huh? Zachariah... And Scott Seeker? Oh, no. Naisha and Scott Seeker. Right. So is Jeffrey gone for good too? Seems like I'd be running away without him. Period. Kind of makes sense. I mean, as I was kind of hinting at before, about like those party members seemed kind of bland. It's just two regular white dudes, generic military characters, not much going on. These two characters both have like personality to them. It's like, oh yeah, these seem like RPG party members. I should probably check to see what kind of equipment I can put on them, if I can. Let's see here. Almost anything would be more powerful than what you're using right now, right? Full craftsman jacket, pretty much anything. That requires an agility, so I can't even use it anyway, so you put that on. There we go. She's not wearing her, she's noticeably not wearing her dress anymore. Alright, she's dressing in soldier's clothes right now. Can't wear anything else from this thing. Okay. So she uses a cleaver. Interesting. Don't have a replacement for that one. But I can give her a better gun. That'll be a start. I know that I have, I technically have this hat to give people. I just don't want anyone in my party to look like that, so I'm just not wearing that mask. It just looks too silly to me. He already has a doctor's coat on. A full worker's jacket would give him a lot more stats. Just in general, he'd be safer in that kind of situation. Yeah, let's put him in a worker's jacket. Keep him more equipped for the situation. There's his gun. Even Raider's pants are better than what he's got right now. Alright. Well, say hello to the new party, huh? Time to make a mess. That's the wrong one. There we go. I'm the only shield user we have right now.
Victor knew you were on your way out. His men are everywhere. It's gonna be real hard to get out without some fighting.
Unconscionable.
Stay stunned.
Nothing wrong.
Alright, I'm honestly happy to leave this place. This is such a shitty area to live in. Everyone here is garbage. I mean, not everyone here, but I mean, like, the entire way this place is run is awful. Ow. Pain. That hurt. Ooh, ASC Greaves. I just took that dude's pants off. That's normal behavior, right?